All right, we are live on YouTube. Welcome to our showcase. Today we are here with Downey Unified School District. I am June Bea, CEO of Bea Group, and we are here with our graphic design deep dive. So this is a virtual internship. We have interns from the Downey Unified School District. They will be seniors in the fall, and they have been working with us in a paid internship for the last 6 weeks. They started their first 2 weeks working as Bea Group interns. We call it Work Wonder, and it is something that in the first 2 weeks they do onboarding, they get email addresses. We did leadership development with Franklin Covey. We've had sessions on social justice and equity in the workplace. And then they started their deep dive with industry professionals for the last 4 weeks. So we're so fortunate. We have folks from the Downey Unified School District here. Bea Group has been working collaboratively with the district for the last several years. We've been doing internships together. We started with in-person, and now it's because of our pandemic, it's been virtual last year and this year. And I wanted to welcome our special guest, John Harris, to say a little bit more about the district and our internship. Hi, John.
Hello, and thank you so much for the invitation to join you in your celebration of learning in the journey that you've been on these last few weeks, and hearing about your project. Hearing about what you discovered in the process and all of the things that you've learned. We are very, very grateful that we've been able to do this. This has been a grant-funded endeavor. It has been for a handful of years now in partnership with the Bea Group. And so, June, we're so grateful of all of the work that you and your team have done in bringing this internship to a reality. Mike, thank you for shepherding these students and guiding them along the way in their learning about graphic design. And I really can't overlook the fact that our Board of Education here in the Downey Unified School District has had a great vision in supporting this work. Even in going into the pandemic, there were a number of districts that canceled their internships because they were in person, but instead our Board of Education supported a pivot to a distance model, and it's been an opportunity that has benefited so many students, both last year as well as this year, in working with different professionals in industries in order to learn what it's like to work directly in an area connected to industry. So with that, we're very, very grateful and happy to take a look at your projects and celebrate with you all of the things that you've learned in the last couple of weeks.
Awesome. Thanks, John. All right, Mike, please tell us more about what the interns did in the deep dive for graphic design.
Absolutely. So I'm coming here from an organization called Blue Dot Education, and we work with schools and paraeducation outfits around the country. Everything from students in schools to school leaders and district leaders, systems leaders, sometimes even like state departments and things, which these students actually got to interact with a little bit. And we help schools, districts, and systems think a little differently and redesign what they do to be more student-centered, more experiential, to try and create a world that's a world of learning that honors, elevates, and engages the stories that students bring with them to school every day. And so it's been a really cool experience because we've had students from your district designing for students around the country. And so the work that they have been a part of is connected to some pretty significant work that's happening for thousands and thousands of their peers that they might never get to meet, but they will have an impact upon in some small and maybe not so small ways. I love graphic design because it's a big part of how we tell stories. And so this has been a graphic design experience, but more than that, it's been a messaging and a storytelling experience. How do we create beautiful things that help us convey powerful and really important messages? When I was an undergrad in college, I was a poetry major, because I wanted to make the big bucks. So I was a poetry major. And along with that, I fell in love with art in general. And so later, I really found myself exploring more visual forms of art, a lot of like web design, graphic design, photo work, video work. And all of that has been a huge asset for us as we've tried to tell the story of transformational learning that's happened around the country. So this group has been really amazing and been able to engage with some school districts, with another nonprofit organization, and a really, really big beast. I don't know if you guys have heard the New York Department of Education, but they've been doing a little bit of work that's connected to some work happening in New York. And they have done a great job trying to help us, again, tell the story of some amazing things happening with some of our clients. So I'm excited to let them speak and share what they have been working on. Students have prepared a bit of a portfolio. It's really important that they also get to share who they are. That's been one of the more powerful things I think about our experience. As somebody who's coming into the world of work, an internship is not just a place to come and file some folders and do some of the work that maybe somebody doesn't want to do. Our interns have come in and been able to share themselves. And so what you'll see is a portfolio of work that begins with who they are, and then goes through a few projects where we worked on a few different things. And so I'll introduce each intern, and then we'll let them kind of take the screen from us and share the world that they've been working on. And so first up, we have Francisco, who I think is ready. Yeah, he's nodding. He's got this. He's ready to ball. I love it. So when you are ready, you can go ahead and take over.
All right, so here, can you guys see? All right. Here, let me put your present. All right, so hi everyone. My name is Francisco Gonzalez, and I attend Warren High School at Downey Unified School District. So I'm gonna start off by telling you guys about me. So fun facts: I am a senior. I graduate next summer, and I am ready for the day that I receive my diploma. And I'm the only brother out of 3 sisters, and I make music at home with piano and some other instruments that I have. Okay, I'm based in Downey, California. I'm originally from Philadelphia, and I moved here to California when I was only 9 months old, and it's a blessing to be here. All right, these things keep me inspired. So my family is the most important thing that I have. I value every family member that I have, even though sometimes I don't show it. My family motivates me and keeps me like working through the day, and it's one of the reasons why I'm here in this internship. They motivated me to do this, and I'm glad they did. Music helps me stay concentrated, and I always change my mood, and it always puts me in a good mood. And traveling is something that I value very much because I aspire to travel around the world when I grow up. And about traveling, this is the places that I've been to. I've been to Arizona, to the Grand Canyon, and I've been to San Francisco. This was all recent. All right, and this is my favorite quote. And it is, the way to get started is to quit talking and to begin doing. And I use this quote every morning when I wake up because I'm usually a lazy guy. I'm not gonna lie. But when I look at this quote, it motivates me more to accomplish more things throughout the day than rather sit down, watch TV, and do other things. So I'm glad Walt Disney said this to keep me inspired. Okay, so I want to talk about my projects for right now. So first up, we have a business card for Blue Dot Education. This was our first task, and it was not too difficult. It was very straightforward. As you can see, I put my name and I put the corporation under, and then I put my email and I put like the whole logo in the background. which was pretty simple. It was like learning the basics, wasn't hard. And then my second project here was an infographic for Oregon City School District. And I just put information from this website, and I, made it stand out with different colors, and I put their logo, and I put their core beliefs, which I think is something that they value a lot. And the last thing that I did was this logo for a math website. Their old logo was outdated and it needed some renovation. So I thought I would step up and design something for them. So what I did here, I added what it looks like an M and a W. But if you turn this around, it would be the logo for summation, which is used in math. So I thought it was pretty cool that I could add that little Easter egg to a logo. Okay, so what I learned how to use Canva and Adobe. It was pretty straightforward. It was basic, but I learned a lot from it. And I can see myself using these two websites in the future for like presentations or for, maybe writing a resume and stuff like that. I also learned how to communicate with others, which I value this a lot because ever since this pandemic started, I've been pretty shy to talk to people. But, with this internship, I've learned to communicate with others once again virtually, and hopefully soon I can communicate with others in person, which is the goal. And one of the best things about this was, getting paid. Waking up to a $300 check in your bank account is probably the best feeling I've experienced. So I value that, and money keeps me motivated, to keep trying harder, to push myself, to become the better person. And I would just want to thank you guys so much for giving me this chance, to work for you guys, help other people out, to once again talk to other people, because I miss it a lot. And I'm not gonna lie, COVID has really affected my life, but using these tools from Canva and everything has made my day so much better, and I've been much more entertained than I would have been without this internship. So thank you guys a lot for this opportunity.
Yay, lots of claps. Lots of claps happening. And feel free as interns share to throw praise and some support into the chat as well. It's nice to see. Thank you so much. This was a great example of sharing who you are and then taking what can be simple tasks, and you found a way to like show how clever you are, right? To put a spin on things that maybe not everyone did in the way that you did them. I also just want to say the presentation itself was so clean and great without worrying too much about just being who you were. Like the feeling of money is a real thing. And I appreciate that you like put that in there as like, this is something I also learned, is like, wow, that does feel like a different thing. So really, really, thank you so much. And we will have time for a couple of questions. Is that correct, June? If anyone wants to get clarification or celebrate something.
Yeah, it's up to you and the interns. We could take questions after each one, or we could do it after all of them.
It'd be nice after each one just because it's fresh, if there are any celebrations or questions.
Awesome. Well, I'll ask. So what surprised you about yourself during this internship?
I would say that what surprised me is the capabilities that I have, like to use a computer, because I'm kind of tech savvy, but it's been a while since like I've done something professional since school ended. So being able to work the computer once again was a great feeling, and showing other people that I have capabilities of editing things and making some nice art.
Francisco, I'd like to just congratulate you on your presentation and say that it was really heartfelt. And I love how you started off with your values. And I think, our world needs to be more value driven. And so just really appreciate how you put that forward and how important it is for all of us to reflect on our values.
Thank you. I appreciate your feedback.
Let's go one more question. I was wondering, you have a knack for this kind of work. Is this something you feel like you might pursue, or it might be a part of something that you pursue?
I'm glad you mentioned that because I forgot to mention that in my presentation because once I started doing the tasks that you assigned, I realized that it's something that I actually enjoy doing. So I've considered many times chasing this and pursuing this because it's really fun and I enjoy doing it. And I want to do something. I want to get paid for something that I enjoy doing. So hopefully that answers your question.
That's great. No, that's a great answer. You can see a lot of the adults like nodding their head like, yes, yes, yes. And I hope you feel like you can and you should be compensated for doing the kind of work that brings you joy. All right, thank you so much. I'm going to move us along. Rebecca's going to come up next, and I'll just always kind of name the person, and then the intern can kind of get ready to share the screen and such. Oh, wow. Yeah, we have our first comment from the live stream on YouTube that someone's just saying you were awesome to work with, Francisco. So that's really, really cool. All right. Rebecca is ready to go.
Hi, everyone. My name is Rebecca Leon, and I am an upcoming senior at Downey High School in the Downey Unified District as well. So this is my front cover. I use the forest because I'm really intrigued by like the dark aspect that forest can hold. So that's why I made it my cover. And also fairies because I really love fairies and like the fictional world that fairies live in. So about me is I do enjoy the different worlds of art, from music to music and to art. Music like 3 Days Grace, which falls under the rock category of music, I listen to on a daily, and I really, really do enjoy listening. Greek mythology art, as seen at the bottom with the sirens. Again, another kind of dark aspect to it, but I really do enjoy looking at it and like looking at what affects certain parts of it, like the lighting has to the image. And movies like Virgin Suicides that tackle on real world things like the male gaze and the effect that it has on women and how they are viewed in society. And another fun fact is I do have 2 chickens, and you can see them at the bottom right. And so I live in Bellflower, but I do go to school in Downey. I go to Downey. My favorite subject is math, and I play lacrosse there. And in Downey, I'm part of a club named Youth for Change, which I'm the vice president of. And I do a lot of designs for Instagram, which is also a reason why I was inspired to tackle on this group. And next up are some of my works that I worked on during the process of the weeks. So first, Mike had us create a business card for Blue Dot Education to get a feel of how it feels like to create and design an actual like graphic design like project. And I used the logo. I went with a simplistic look so it could have more attention on the logo. I made sure that the blue, because Blue Dot Education, it's in the name, I made sure to go with the blue. And I also made sure to include the main aspect of what Blue Dot Education is. So when people see it, they get to know right off the bat what they work with and what they do. And then Mike also had us design an infographic of something that we find what we are passionate about. And I'm passionate about immigrant workers and the exploitation that they experience when they work. And I first set up the color palette to make it a more serious but dramatic to grab the viewer's attention to it. And I looked up statistics and a quote in which the viewers can read and feel like how hard these workers have it when they're working. And I made sure to include real stories that these immigrant workers face when they come and work here. Another project that we had to do was make a design for a school district, the Oregon City School District. We worked in partners. My partner was Francisco. As you can see his infographic in the last presentation, and I was in charge of the social media slide. And the way that I took on this project, I saw it as they were trying to present and incorporate their new success plan that they came up with. And this would be a cover slide for an Instagram post to draw in the parents and students to drag them to the website where they could read and learn their plan to get a better feel of it. And I made sure to include their logo, their color palettes that they include on their website. And I also made sure that it was big and bold. So whenever someone is scrolling down their feed, they get their attention by seeing the mission and beliefs. And lastly, the last piece of work that we had was for Mathematical Wholeness. And originally, my logo for Mathematical Wholeness was the whole title at the very top, the whole title of the company, and then a little saying, as you can see in the banner at the bottom. But after presenting it and getting some feedback from the company founder, she mentioned how I should mathematical and then wholeness would bring a better feel to it. And so I revised it and I made it into what you see now. But I didn't really want to totally get rid of the phrase because I feel like it's a very catching phrase. So I made sure to include it in the banner for the website. And this is another social media post that I created. I love designing social media posts. I think I find it very fun, and I think I have a good feel of what clients want. So I made sure to include, once again, like their main point of their company is, and to make sure that it was like right in front, like right across the social media post. And I also created a shirt that I thought like the math tutors at the center could wear when helping the students and guiding them. And to contact me, there's the Work Wonder email. And yeah, thank you for your time.
Thank you so much, Rebecca. One thing I want to like name a little bit is just that when you're creating work that is sort of art-based work, and you are not the one in charge, it's a real big challenge. It's hard because taste becomes really, really important. And I think that, and I'll just call this out. When Rebecca started talking about the darkness and her affinity for dark aesthetics and the dark woods and maybe the dark album cover and the dark like title of something, I could literally see some people's faces like, what? Like, where is this going to? I could see it. What I really want to point out is that even though you are an intern, you're unafraid to bring a style that you cared about to the group, like to the workplace. And actually in the work that you produced, you can still see elements of those aesthetics that you liked from the art, the music, the film that you enjoy. It was still there. Like it's totally a part of it. You weren't going to put yellow and pink flowers all over everything. Like that's not your style, and that's okay. You still got the message across. It looked and felt comfortable to you, so you were fine putting it out there with your name on it, and that was really, really important. So thank you for staying true to yourself. I know it's not always easy as an intern to come in and be like, I like this, and it's a little maybe counterculture to what other people might like, but I do care about it. Really, really strong.
Thank you for your feedback. Yeah, I really appreciate the comments you made because at points I was like, didn't know which way to go, down which path to go when designing, but I did try to like stay as true and like in the area in which I feel most confident in and most comfortable, so my work could be at its best.
Great. All right. Any other? It looks like June's about to
Oh,
comment.
yeah, I'd like to ask Rebecca a question. So this is a virtual internship. I'm curious, what did you think it was going to be like going into it? And then what was it actually like for you?
Going into it, I didn't know what to expect. I was kind of scared in a way because I didn't know what programs we would be using, and I don't have much experience in graphic design. It's something that's totally still new to me. But when I saw that we use like websites like Canva that I was familiar with because I have made previous designs on that website, it felt more confident, and I felt more confident going in after Mike announced that that would be the website we would be using moving forward. And I was also afraid in talking with people because I do have that issue because I get scared. I get really scared making and getting out of my comfort zone. But then seeing the people that were in my group, they're very friendly, and honest, it wasn't hard to talk about my ideas with them because they bounced off of that too. So I went in scared, but I came out very confident, and I loved what I experienced.
Thank you.
Quick question, Rebecca. I thought your work was very clean for mathematical wholeness. I also love your phrase and the play on the word average, of course. I was just wondering, was there a particular challenge that they were trying to overcome in their design? Like, was there something special that they wanted as an outcome?
They were their logo. It was kind of like simplistic, so they wanted something more because it was like outdated. So they wanted something new and more like out there in a way. But they also did want to stick to their original colors, which is why I stuck with white and the blue. And so I think I did the work with making it out like stick out there and make sure to like incorporate all like their fundamental ideas, but also sticking to what they wanted, which was the color, the white.
We do have some questions that came on YouTube. Sorry, Jose, do you have something else? So how did it feel to get feedback, Rebecca, on your work?
It felt good because the criticisms weren't harsh. They were, genuinely with good intentions. So it made it easier to go back with fresh eyes because from hearing the feedback, especially hearing it back from the actual founder of the the corporation, it was easier because now I kind of had a better sense of what they originally wanted. But it felt good because it was nothing too harsh or mean, but it was uplifting, and it made sure to like set their points across. And yeah, it got a better feel of what they wanted.
Oop, all right. Thank you, Rebecca. I'm gonna like miss all of you. This is, it's like weird. It's been like a part of the rhythm. Salma, you are gonna be up next. Give you just a moment to get yourself set and share. We're in for another treat, I promise. We call them chops. We got some chops happening with a lot of these folks.
Can you see the screen?
Yep.
Okay.
Looks great.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Salma Noguera, and this presentation will be a small glimpse of who I am, things I've created, and what I love doing. And you also notice that in the background, there's a lot of sunsets and sunrises. I've always loved sunsets and sunrises, so they're very close to me. That's why they're going to be in the background. Okay, so starting off, where I lived, I was born in downtown Los Angeles in May 2004 and lived there for about 1 year of my life. Where I live now, Downey, California, I've lived in the city of Downey for the past 16 years of my life. Some family background. I come from and was raised by a beautiful Hispanic family. My mom is Mexican and my dad is Nicaraguan. And a picture on the left of my mom and dad when I was little on my birthday. They're one of my main inspirations in life to do better and to do things with my heart and passion rather than with my head. So I really look up to them, and they're also one of the reasons why I'm doing this internship today. Favorite places I've been to, out of all the amazingly beautiful places I've visited in my life, these are a few places that I will never forget. Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, Cabo San Lucas, Mexico, Wrightwood, California, Maui, Hawaii, Lahaina, Hawaii. And on the right are pictures that I've captured during these stays, which I found extremely beautiful, that I didn't want to leave a lot of these places because they were like dream come trues. So yeah. And hobbies, I have quite a lot of hobbies, but these are a few that I've listed that I do more often. So I love to draw. I've been drawing for about 6 years of my life. Painting about the same amount. Gaming, I love gaming. I do that most of my time for my free time. I love doing glass paintings, embroidery, editing, filming vlogs, creating reels for my art, and trying new food because I love food. And then here are a few of my art pieces. These are a few that I think would catch attention better than my other ones, but I have quite a few more. But these are a few that I would like to share with you guys. I've tried a lot of mediums, and I've tried my best to go out of my comfort zone by creating different things that I usually wouldn't be comfortable working in. So these are just a few of my art pieces. And so now moving on to the projects that I've worked on as a graphic design intern this summer. So for the first project we had assigned to us was to build our own business card. And we were also given the objective to include the blue dot logo on it. I love the painting and drawing and photography. So I included little logos on the sides and the corners to show who I am as a person and what I love doing. And we were also given the assignment to create an infographic about an issue facing our community today. I chose to design a mental health awareness infographic because I believe that mental health awareness isn't talked about enough, and it should be talked about more, especially with COVID. And there has been a lot of mental health issues that teenagers like myself and adults have been facing, and COVID, not being able to socialize with other people and be in contact, face to face. So I decided to create a mental health awareness infographic to share how you can help yourself and to offer reassurance to other people. And just in case, to leave a number for the suicide prevention lifeline on the bottom. And we were also given a project to create a designs for Oregon City School District. I was able to join with another fellow graphic design intern and create a brainstorm of what Oregon School District might like. After our brainstorm, we created an infographic and a square for their Instagram or for any social media posts that they would like to put it on. So on the left, the picture is created by my fellow intern, my fellow coworker, Tiana. I don't think she's here today, but I really respect her work because she did really great and she was able to show what we wanted to show to Oregon City School District. And on the right is an infographic on sharing information for what they are, what their beliefs are, and what they'd like to share to possible students and parents. And then the Mathematical Wholeness Project, we were given the choices to design, merge, create social media images, or redesign the logo of Mathematical Wholeness. I chose to help redesign the logo, create a mug design, and an Instagram score. So on the left is the original logo. I decided that I would keep the color schemes and I just wanted to make simple adjustments, nothing too complicated. So I just made sure to make their logo, their name more bolder so that it would be more easier to remember rather than just having it in a straight line where it's not as bold as the redesign on my right. And then they wanted some swag or some merch. So I created a simple mug design, just pastoring the design that I had made and just putting it on a mug. And a social media post for Instagram, Twitter, or just advertising their website. I made sure to include and keep the blues and the white hues of their Instagram theme. And I just made sure to advertise and make sure to include the logo on the bottom and to put their website on the bottom as well. So yeah, I think that's it. Yeah. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Salma. Everyone comes into an internship with something different, and it's a treat when the intern is better than you at a bunch of things that help out. And so just your artistic sense, and I think because you have worked with so many different mediums, it made some things really intuitive for you. And that ability to get into it quickly is a skill that I think it will just help you forever, whether you go into, visual arts or whatever career it is that you decide to, I don't know, like donate yourself to almost, because it's such a gift. It's going to be really powerful. The work is beautiful, but I also want to say, like, the collaboration with another intern, that's something that I think is a difficult thing sometimes, to have multiple interns. Sometimes it can be weird and competitive. And that just wasn't the culture of the group. And even in partnerships, there were really, really great, like, shared workloads and communication outside of our time together that I think was, like, really, really effective. And I know that you put a lot of work in working in the partnership. And so I appreciate that greatly.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Sam, I'm curious, did you practice your showcase before the showcase?
No, no,
Really?
has to, yeah. But I'm just used to presenting, and especially at the beginning of this internship, the communication mastery, I practiced that a lot and made sure to breathe. So I reused that lesson and in this presentation, but I didn't get the chance to rehearse for today.
Well, it was really noticeable how calm and how poised you are during the whole showcase. So I was curious. I'm glad that you did get those communication mastery points with what we were doing earlier. So that was very noticeable to me.
Thank you so much. I'm glad it was noticeable.
It really was.
Thank you.
And then my follow-up question would be, what surprised you about you during this internship?
I would say how fast I learned how to use different softwares, because I hadn't learned beforehand how to use any of the softwares that we were using, like Canva and Adobe. So I was surprised of how fast I was able to learn and use them so efficiently, and creating designs for companies that I that I love. So yeah, that's what surprised me the most, that I was able to learn faster than I thought I would.
I have two questions for you. I'm curious to know if the use of these tools is going to impact the art that you are producing, or, had produced before you came to this internship. And then my second question is, have you ever exhibited your art? It's really beautiful.
Thank you. For the first question, I would say definitely I will be using Canva in the future, because I also I have my own social media page, and I do exhibit my art on my social media page, and I will definitely use Canva, which was one of the softwares that we used to advertise my art and to just showcase and share with the world with what I love doing, which is creating. So yeah, thank you.
Okay, did we get to the questions in the comments? We had a couple of questions. I got a little lost there, but I was trying to follow both.
Right. Yeah, no, there was a question from YouTube that what did you want people to feel looking at your designs?
That's a really good question. I don't even know what I would like myself to feel. I guess just to feel like, because my designs, I tend to be really bright as the colors in my presentation were. So I don't know. I'd really like people to feel like, not heartwarmed, but a sense of feeling that I love what I do, and I make sure to put my passion into the designs that I do. So I hope that people can feel like the passion that I have for creating and creating designs through my work. So that's what I guess I'd love people to feel.
All right. Thank you so much. I hate to rush away from that. Like, I think the conversation after presentation is almost as important as the presentation itself. So I won't ever rush us away from it. But we will move along to Isabella, who I know is ready, always ready. And so she's going to be pulling up her work. There it is. It's coming up. And as soon as we're ready to go, I will hand it over to you. We can see it just fine.
Okay, hi, my name is Isabella Ramirez, and I'm a graphic design intern for Blue Dot Education. Hi, I'm Isabella, and like I said, but hi, I'm Isabella. I'm a graphic designer for Blue Dot Education, and I bring my creativity to the table. Some things about me is that I really enjoy creating art and designing things. I love listening to music, like all different types of genres of music. And I like to watch movies like on Netflix. I love watching horror movies and just, yeah, different kinds of movies. Where I'm based, I live in Downey, California. I grew up in Downey and I've lived here my whole life. Where I go to school is I go to school in Downey High School, and I will be an upcoming senior here at Downey High School. So some of my recent work, I created this business card, which is our first project, and what I really wanted to incorporate was the original logo, but I did change the color of it, which it's kind of like ironic because it's supposed to be like a Blue Dot Education, but I made it red. But the reason I did this color scheme was because my favorite colors are like black and red, like that's my favorite color combo. I kind of wanted like to show like my style or like what I enjoy on my business card, because it kind of like shows my personality, I guess. So yeah, I put my name, graphic designer, and my work wonder email. This infographic, I researched the California wildfires because that's a very like important topic that has affected California recently. So I researched this topic and I made sure to include like percentages and causes for wildfires. And I made like this little graph and chart so it's easier to like see. And I took some quotes from this website source and I actually put the source down at the bottom. And I wanted to really show like what causes California wildfires and get that point across. And kind of like when you read this, I hope that people like can like realize what they need to do differently to prevent future wildfires. So this was a partner project, and my partner and I chose to do the Oregon City School District. And what we did was we took the core beliefs from their website and we kind of made like a list where we put like in bold, we put the beliefs and the little descriptions right underneath. And we made sure to include some like images that relate to those topics. So it's like easier to see and like get the point across. We also wanted to stay with the green and yellow color palette of the original logo here. So yeah, we included that in this infographic. And my partner took the bolded words and just made like this smaller, more like simple Instagram post so that it kind of like, it brings your attention so that you can see what the Oregon City School District is all about. And yeah, it's like a simple Instagram post that they can use to like post anywhere they want to. Okay, so this is the mathematical wholeness project. What I did was I completely changed the logo. So I saw that the whole point of mathematical wholeness was to like help people who have math traumas and to kind of create like this welcoming environment so that you can learn math in like a whole new way. So I kind of wanted to like make a logo that was simple, but also like when you see it, you know what they're all about. Like you can see like like the love and support that you'll get once you go into the to mathematical wholeness. Sorry. So I chose like this playful kind of font, and I added a heart because I thought it would be like bring that whole idea of like being welcomed into it. And I applied that to a I made a mug mock-up, so you can like see what it would look like if they wanted to make like merch or something. And then I also created a post where I actually took things from their website and I put it into like this one little post that they can like use on Instagram or like anything else. And then the last thing I did was I created like a website banner, and I applied it to a MacBook, how you would see it on a computer screen and how you would see it on like an iPhone. So yeah, and this is just like the entire style guide that like where you could see everything all put together. And here is my email in case anybody needs to contact me for anything. And yeah, thank you. That was my presentation.
And when she says for anything, that means if you need some design work done, you should hit her up. She has a serious rate that she charges, but she's available to do some design work. There's a lot of different like adjectives we use a lot, and I've used the word clean a couple of times, but Isabella, your work is just, it's crisp, and it's clean, and it's clear, the messaging. A lot of times we will forget that like simple is sometimes the best way to convey something really complex, right? And I think that like especially with your final project, you really did that, like simplicity conveying what is really like a complex thing. We're talking about like therapy, we're talking about like changing the way we think about an entire content area. It's a very complex thing, but bringing in simplicity to it, you did a really, really, really strong job. So great work.
Thank you.
Yeah, we do have questions from YouTube. So how do you determine when your design is complete?
Well, I kind of just like start designing, and like I feel like I'm never satisfied with my work. Like I always want to do more, change more. So I guess I would just say like once I feel like my message comes across in my designs, or like I can tell what I'm trying to convey, then I know that my work is complete, like that I did a good job and that I'm like ready to go.
Have you done any of this before, Isabella?
Yes, I actually took a graphic design class my junior year of high school.
So what was different, or what did you get out of this to build on from what you had in school? Like what was different for you?
I think the partner work was different because in the class I took, we did a lot of like work on our own. And so working with other people was kind of like different for me because you have to like agree on ideas and kind of come together to create one thing. And also like working with mathematical wholeness, like I've never worked for like a company before or like designed something for a company. So that was definitely new, and I kind of got like I could see what it would be like working in a professional field or like actually working for clients. So yeah, that's what I think was different.
I'm going to ask my follow-up question of what surprised you about you during this internship?
I think how comfortable I got with the software for sure, because I've never used Canva before. I used like Adobe Illustrator in the past, so Canva was new, but it was very like similar. So I got like a good feel for it, and I got really comfortable in the software, and I'm definitely gonna like use it in the future. But yeah, that's it. I think that that surprised me is that using new tools and getting very familiar with it right away.
Okay. Thank you so much, Isabel. Thank you. Adam, you go ahead and get yourself ready. And thank you all for being a great audience as well, interns. And you're welcome to always chime in for each other as well. I know we kind of did that a little bit during our time together. We can continue that for sure.
So hi everyone, my name is Adam Saller. So where I'm based, I live in Downey, California. I'm originally from Egypt. I used to live in Cairo, but I moved here for education, and now I live with my dad and my brother. So these are like the two hobbies. I don't actually working out. Some people might not consider it a hobby, but I do because it's not something like I do to just get in shape. I just enjoy it in a way. Like if I'm stressed, it's a way to get me, feel more cool and yeah. Also, I'm sad. Just a way to make me happy. And watching movies. Not only movies, I like actually sports, especially soccer. I watch a bunch of leagues from like worldwide, English, Spanish, and Italian also. So these are fun facts about me. So this isn't my first year in the US. My first year was in 2016. I came for like 4 months, and then I went back to Egypt. I'm an upcoming senior. I will be a senior at Warren High School. So I came to the United States in September 2019 for the for the second time after coming in 2016, but I wanted to stay for a longer time. Maybe I'm not sure, but maybe like the rest of my life. So this was my first business card without education. I like the background, so I put it on the card, and then I used the logo and wrote like the name of the corporation, my name, their site, and the email, and also put Paya Group under there. So I did a second one. When we first started, Mike shared with us a bunch of pictures from the application. One of them was this picture, so I tried like to put it on the background of my business card to see how it looks. And writing like my name and the email, I kind of used like the colors of these lines. So this was the NYC schools concept I did with printout from Glendale. So here we just like wrote if we could redesign a logo for like the school, what it would be like. So we thought more about like the skyline in New York City and Empire State Building, and like the colors of the Statue of Liberty and things like that. And this was the video for like an Instagram post. It's like a 3-second video or something I have here. Yeah, so this could be just like a post on their Instagram, which whatever caption they'd like to have. And after that, I worked like after working with printout, I worked alone. I tried to get more into that, try things on my own. This was one of it. Also, this was like another one, but this was like only a picture, so it's not like a video. So for Mathematical Wholeness, I didn't design a logo. I just kind of did like an Instagram post also for them. But what I was thinking before I met the founder or like co-founder of the corporation, I was thinking of putting like what their goal is under here. And one of the feedback she gave me, she said she wanted like to feel like the two colors match, like the black. She also wanted white, so that's why it changed. And here was like a banner. I didn't. It's not like the blue color is not with it. It's just like a background. On their side, they have like a very white blank space on their website. So I was like, I wanted to put it over here, and because there's no much space, it's like under each other. I wanted to be like spread like on like a same line. And here's like when I changed the post. I changed the color. She liked it, and put like their goal on the bottom. And like for the background, I actually searched on like Canva for some backgrounds, and I realized that one of their co-founders, they like the color blue. So I kind of like, when I found this background, I saw it like had different shades of blue until like almost white. So I like this background too. And this is like the same banner, but it's changed like white. Also, like the why I chose the circle and like the 2 plus 2. 2 plus 2 is like almost the simplest equation in math. And like circle is the first shape that got into my mind when I thought about math. It was also the calculator. And yes, thank you. And special thanks to Bea Group for giving me this opportunity, and also Mike for helping me throughout this great internship.
Adam, thank you so much. Internships are about learning how to do some specific work. They're also just about learning. And I think that I have appreciated that you have been one of the people who asked for feedback, asked questions. You have some of your colleagues are shaking or are nodding their heads yes, because they appreciated it as well. And I think that I have just really enjoyed getting to like show you a couple of things and then watching you run with it, and make them yours. And so when you see smiles from some of your intern colleagues going along with that, like just know that that's a presence that you seem to bring, is you are open and honest and willing to learn things and to try things. And so we have really appreciated you.
Thank you. I appreciate it really much.
So Adam, have you done any of this work before the internship?
No, actually, when I got interviewed, I actually told Mike that I was interested in these designs because, as I mentioned, I like soccer. I follow these soccer pages on Instagram, and I've seen a lot of things that actually caught my attention, and how they edited a lot of stuff. Put it like there were actually, when a player scores, they would like 1 minute later they would put like a post that they designed, and I would be amazed of how fast they did it and how cool it looks. Yeah, but I've never worked on something like that before.
So is there something that surprised you about you?
It's how easy it turned to be, because I thought it was going to be hard, but it's something I like, but I thought it was going to be hard, but when I worked on a project and then the other, it seemed to be easier than I thought it would be, because I thought it was harder, but then it turned out to be easy.
Yeah, is this something you're curious about pursuing in the future or doing more with this?
I think I might. I actually want to be an engineer, but I think this could kind of help me in where I want to be.
Awesome,
Yeah,
thank you.
that is excellent. And it absolutely, Adam, absolutely. Especially some of the skills of understanding some of those design principles that we talked about early on in the internship, they completely connect. Oh, I wanted to point out one more thing. I almost forgot. You also mentioned collaborating across schools and across school systems. And I know that you have like a life as a student. But I think that there's something really important in that little thing that you mentioned with Glendale, that is really, really similar to the way that we often work when we're connecting with like I'm on a design council with other designers from around the country. And every Wednesday at 10 a.m., I have a design council coffee chat with people from other design firms and other organizations and companies around the country, where we just like sip coffee and chat for a little bit. I don't always go, but when I do go, it's great to have someone to collaborate with. And so like feeling that like you're an intern, yes, you're going to this place, but you also have this other person that you can lean on who's from a different spot than you is real. It's totally real.
Yeah, actually, this was one thing I liked the most about this internship, because Pranav was very collaborative, and when like the moment we talked, we could easily understand each other. I didn't have any. I thought we would have issues, like we might disagree on something, but nothing of that happened. We worked very easily, and everything turned to be really good as we worked together. So, yeah.
Yeah, those are definitely skills that are going to serve you, your ability to collaborate, to work with others. And especially in this day and age when so much is happening virtually. So how was that for you, Adam, working in a virtual environment?
Kind of, because I got used to it. I've been only to the country, like I went to campus to the campus for like only 6 months, and then the rest of it was Zoom. So I kind of got used to like talking to someone on camera, which I don't really like it so much. I wish I was in person. I talk to like people in front of me, because it's easier to work with someone when you're like next to each other.
Definitely. Yeah, other questions for anyone? I know, Mike. Well, I'm going to ask a question about because we have I don't know if they're still here, but we had our partner from the Southeast Los Angeles Workforce Development Board, where your paychecks came from. I'm just curious, how was it to get a paycheck?
It was good.
It was good. Awesome. Had you gotten paychecks before, Jonathan?
No, I haven't.
So this was your paid work experience?
Well, they pay me in cash, but I never got paid in checks. So
Yes.
It was a really proud feeling, like for myself, that I was able to earn. I was telling my mom that it was like the money altogether was the money that I would earn for my birthdays, my Christmas, all the holiday events, that the money that I would receive from my relatives, all the money that I earned on my own for this internship. So that's what I was telling my mom, that how proud I am that I was able to earn the amount that I would earn in like 2 years. So yeah, I was telling my mom how proud I was of myself. Yeah.
Awesome. I love my first paycheck. It was nice to see my name on a check. I was just curious. Anything else? Anyone else wants to add?
Considering,
Go ahead.
you can go ahead. Okay, so considering like having your name on the check and things like that, it's actually like a proud moment for yourself, having like a first check, because you get money for like something you worked for, and like not like actually as Summer mentioned, a birthday gift or something. It's like it's just like a gift, not something you like you work for like what, a month now. We've worked for like a month. So yeah.
Yes. So all of you doing this showcase and participating in this internship and doing all the pieces. So congratulations to everyone. You stuck with it. It was something you completed. And so definitely want to celebrate all that you have accomplished. So congratulations, everyone. Sorry, do you have a question? I'm going to put you on the spot because you're here.
No, I'm very impressed. I only got to watch the last 40 minutes or so, but great job, everyone. Very impressive.
Yeah, so we have some friends of and Jose's here from One Better World Collective. Thanks, Jose. Jose, actually, could you say a little bit about where you're from and
Yes, absolutely. So I also want to just congratulate everyone. And I attended tonight because my background is communications, and I use Canva as well. And I just wanted to be inspired. I wanted to see your great ideas, and it was absolutely wonderful. And actually, I've never smiled thinking about math before. So thank you. You did really well. Briefly, the One Better World Collective is just change makers from around the world, some as young as 11 and others, well into their 70s and 80s even, who are really involved in their communities and making the world a better place. And we get together on our network to just encourage and inspire one another. And so anyone is welcome. And it's just a space where people can share what they're doing, learn from each other, and hopefully collaborate. And I think that it's just awesome to hear about the way that you've reached out to each other and collaborated. And I loved hearing about how Adam, reached out a lot and then really sought feedback and all that, because, that's what this world needs, is a lot of collaboration. So really, congratulations to all of you.
Jose's here from Canada, just for
Yes,
y'all
I
to know.
am. Yes, thank you. I live in Quebec.
Yes, thanks, Jose, for being here. We really appreciate it.
It was a joy.
John, do you have any parting words before we say goodbye on YouTube?
I am just consistently amazed at the work that our students do, and the amount of themselves that they bring to their projects and then share with others. It's really, really, to use Jose's word, inspiring. I think I go home with more energy after seeing the student work than when I came into the office this morning. So great work. Very, very good work. Mike, thanks for guiding them.
Oh, absolutely. And I think we have a small group of our larger group here that work together. And I think it just is like, to me, these are my interns. I know they're students of the district. I really think that students just want to do real work. They want to know that they're doing something real. And this has been an opportunity to kind of blend my world that's really connected to education and K-12 education with something that has been nagging at me forever, which is I don't know that I've met a young person that doesn't want to work hard. It's just, what are we asking them to do? And so this kind of experience, I think, is really powerful.
Definitely. Yes. Thanks, Mike. Thanks for all that you've done with our deep dive. And we're going to be celebrating on Friday. In the meantime, I'm going to make a plug because we have another round of showcases tomorrow because we have more deep dives. So please, those of you, please join us on YouTube. We will be going live again tomorrow at 9:30 Pacific time, 9:30 we will have Harvard Medical School, the genetics, they're the personal genetics education program. They will be on. We will have our interns from that deep dive at 9:30. We will have another one with one of Mike's colleagues, Andrew, who has been working with our interns on building skateboards. So they did something hands-on. They made skateboards and they were going to share what they did, how they did it at 12:30 tomorrow. And then our last one is augmented and virtual reality, and that is at 2 p.m. And then we have one the following Monday. So we have a lot still. We had 13 different deep dives, and we have had showcases every day this week. So thanks everyone for joining us, and we'll see you again.